Well, hi, everybody. My name is Scott Foster. I'm the Global Technology Advisor over here at C3 Technology Advisors. And I have Kyle Petty from Dialpad, who's joined us today to talk a little bit about their platform. But we wanted to spend some time specifically talking about the ways in which their platform can make a meaningful difference for organizations, particularly around their customer experience and reducing agent attrition. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Kyle. Kyle, would you like to tell a little bit about yourself?
Appreciate it, Scott. Yeah, sorry for the disappointment for the NASCAR fans out there expecting a different Kyle Petty, but I will drive
It's all
circles
good.
in
We'll
parking
forgive you.
lots. I'll drive circles in parking lots for the right fee, so you can say Kyle
All
Petty.
right. I want to see you do some donuts in the parking lot, actually. That'd
I
be
might be
cool.
able to pull that off.
All right.
Um,
Let's do it.
I'm Kyle Petty. I'm with Dialpad. I'm based in the St. Louis area. I've been with Dialpad over 3 years, but been in the industry of UCaaS and CCaaS for well over a decade with a couple of different providers. And really, what I wanted to talk about today is what we do specifically in the contact center. Well, we've got a great solution for UCaaS, some great proprietary tools that we have for UCaaS. CCaaS, we've got some really significant deliverables that were found in a Forrester study. I think it's always nice to have that third party organization who's done an analysis. And so we're going to hyperlink that here if you'd like to read that study. But what Forrester did was they studied 4 organizations that moved to Dialpad specifically for contact center. Now, these organizations moved for UCaaS too, but the study was focused on the contact center. And the things that Forrester found overall was a 381% return on investment. And what that was driven from primarily was a 20% reduction in call handle time, a 22% reduction in contact center agent attrition. So we're reducing things like cost to hire, cost to train. We also found over a 20% reduction in agent training time, a 20 to 30% reduction in abandoned calls, and an over 15% improvement in customer satisfaction. So, some real deliverables that Forrester found. And all of those metrics were driven out of our proprietary AI. So, Dialpad, in a very forward looking move back in 2018, bought a company called Talk IQ, and we've been transcribing in real time since then. Well, since 2018, with those transcriptions, we now have over 9 billion with a B minutes of analyzed business conversations that we've used to train our own large language model, Dialpad GPT. So, what I want to do now is I'm going to share my screen and hop into our application in a mock call and illustrate some of these AI tools that are driving those key metrics that were found by Forrester. So let me share my screen here. So as I mentioned, we support UCaaS and CCaaS. Your application is going to look the same regardless of whether you're a UCaaS or CCaaS user, with the exception of the added section for contact center. So you can see I'm a part of 5 different contact centers. I'm going to focus on one here, the client of mine called All American Pest, a pest control company, as you may guess from the name. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to place a call in here. As the call rolls through, it's going to present to me as an available agent. See who the caller is. I'm going to go ahead and answer that
Your
call.
call may be monitored, recorded, or transcribed for quality assurance purposes.
Also, extra points to those of you out there who understand the pseudonym there. First thing I'm going to show you here is as I answer this call, because Dialpad GPT has the ability to transcribe and then produce summaries, I know exactly what this caller's last call was about and their entire conversational history with us as a company. So I can see that this caller just called in earlier today and scheduled an appointment for Tuesday at 10 a.m. So instead of making the customer repeat all of that information and wasting that much time, I can find very quickly whether I was the agent who handled the call last time or a different agent did. I can see the summary and say, I see you have an appointment scheduled for Tuesday at 10 a.m. Is that why you're calling? We've just saved a bunch of time. Now,
and if I can jump in real quick, Kyle, there's a lot of research out there that points to the level of customer effort that is required to solve any particular issue, that's the number one driver of loyalty. So the fact that you can actually reference the previous call that took place so that they don't have to repeat themselves again is going to make a big difference in terms of reducing the customer effort. They're going to be a lot more loyal because of it.
Sure does. Drives that customer satisfaction. So let me play
Right.
this out as a mock call a little bit and show you some of the tools we have. Now, I want to show here that this entire conversation has been transcribed live in real time. We have the highest accuracy rate in the industry at 94% accuracy. And let me play this out. So as the call comes in, I might say, "Thank you for calling All American Pest. This is Kyle. How can I help you?" Hi, Kyle. I'm calling because we think we might have termites. Is that something you service? Can you help with termites? So what happened here live in real time is based on the customer saying termite or termites, we're populating the script card about the termite service for All American Pest. We can also embed a hyperlink, which can be to a website, to a SharePoint resource, maybe a scheduling tool. And we're going to hop right into, in this case, the termites page where I might have more information. These real-time assist cards are unlimited, completely customizable, as many as you want to help those agents get to where they are faster. So where we see this in the Forrester metrics, one, we're going to reduce those call handle times because we can present information to the agent that they no longer have to hunt for. We're reducing agent training time because with these assist cards, we're helping those folks who might be newer on the phone have the information they need at their fingertips. We don't need to train them to be perfect experts to be on the phone because these cards are going to help supplement that knowledge. The study also found that these assist cards reduced agent attrition as well because agents felt more confident and more comfortable on the phone. Therefore, they were happier and they were leaving their job less. So a lot of things that these assist cards do to help make the contact center experience better for the agent, for the customer, all the way around. Now, one more thing I want to show is not only are we going to be giving these spoken word based alerts to agents, we're going to be giving them to supervisors as well. Now, I just said a particular word that is going to make an alert go off here in a moment. But let's pretend we're on the customer side here, that we've called back and maybe we've had a difficult circumstance on a call. Someone was supposed to show up at my home at 10 a.m. I took a day off work. No one showed up. This is terrible. I need to speak with a supervisor right away. So as the customer then on the call has requested a supervisor, we get this Dialbot alert. The supervisor is notified that someone has asked to speak to a supervisor. They don't have to wait for the agent to put the call on hold. I just press right here, takes me right into the script of that call. I can listen in, I can whisper, I can barge, whatever is most appropriate to help that call in real time. We're also producing live sentiment in real time. As this call turned negative with the customer's negative experience, we can notify the supervisor based on that too. So all of these tools we bring not only to the agent, but also to the supervisor to be more effective in their job live in real time, which again is going to drive down those call handle times. It's going to help what might be an anxious agent taking a call, all comforted with their supervisor coming in and helping out live. So I hope that was helpful to drive home each of those features that Forrester found in the study. And again, we'll embed that hyperlink here for you to read that study.
Perfect. No, that was super insightful, Kyle. That's really some powerful stuff. Not only to make the agent experience a lot better, but for the manager as well. So, Kyle, tell me a little bit about, what are the things that customers, when they're evaluating various contact center solutions, what should they be looking out for that they may have to, pay a price for later? Like, what can they do to make that purchase decision a little bit better, things that they should keep in mind, front of mind, when they're evaluating the different providers and solutions out there?
It's a really good question as it pertains to what particular items you need to look out for when evaluating multiple platforms for a contact center solution. And I think one of the things that we do at Dialpad that I think everyone needs to make sure that they're doing is that we're bringing in our professional services team to analyze the project install before we're at the point of sale.
Mhm.
Common complaint you're going to have from folks who have made a migration in contact center is the pain of the project to get there, delays, deliverables that were promised that weren't there. It's really important that you're engaging the team that's going to be part of the deployment and making sure that you're covering all aspects of that implementation to ensure that your environment is compatible with the contact center platform that you're going to be implementing, that they can deliver an expected time frame that they'll be held accountable for in that implementation process. There's a cost associated with the period of time that you're going through a migration, going to a new platform. The shorter we can make the time, the better we can execute on that time frame. The sooner that ROI is going to come into play moving to the new platform. And when you engage that project team prior to the point of sale and beginning of that install, you're ensuring that we're not having a disconnect between what sales thinks can be delivered and what project management knows can be delivered.
Kyle, I like to make a point to share some of the causes that my friends and colleagues and partners like you are passionate about, right? Because life is so much bigger than work, so much bigger than what we do on a day-to-day basis there, and making a positive impact in society is something that's really important to me and my business going forward. So I'm just curious, are there any charities or causes that you're also passionate about that we can maybe provide a platform to spread awareness for?
So there's a not for profit here in the St. Louis area called Annie's Hope that my wife and I are involved with, and what this it's very personal for me because I lost my father at 16 years old,
Mhm.
and this charity here in the St. Louis area provides free counseling for kids who've lost their parents. Um,
That's awesome.
and so my wife and I try to do something every year to raise money for them. When my mother-in-law is in town, she has incredible Salvadorian food that she makes. And so
Okay.
we'll invite the neighborhood and friends over and just ask for a small donation.
Mhm.
She'll make this incredible food that we raise for them. But Dialpad 2 is very committed to organizations that are making a difference in the community. We have a program called Dialpad for Good, where we do provide special pricing for not-for-profit organizations, and we really love working side by side with those organizations, making a difference in their community.
Well, Kyle, thank you very much, for walking us through some of the impact that you're able to make for customers in the contact center space. That demonstration was very helpful, and to everyone watching, hopefully you walked away with some great information and things that you should look out for the next time you're looking to implement a new contact center solution. So, thank you very much for watching this video, and have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.